Hi, welcome to the Weekend Wisdom. There's a lot of responsibilities coming at you this weekend, but it's how you think about it that's making the world of difference. Yes, some things could not turn out exactly as you were hoping, but you're seeing that even in that, there's a way to rise above it. Spirit's very strong, and is wanting each and every one of us to reassess how we relate to the world. Are we just going to come at this weekend with the to-do list, the matrix, I have to do this, and this? Yeah, okay, we all have to do certain things during the weekend, but how are we going to bring a little bit of spirituality, even a lot more spirituality into this weekend, to bring ourselves out of the to-do list and more into the body? It's not what happens this weekend, it's what we do about it. And our thoughts are up to us. We're going to be choosing them a lot more wisely. It says here the universe is one of great order and peacefulness. And I reflect this in every moment of my life. Yes. All I can see is this picture of having to drive somewhere and someone cutting you off, or as you're going along, there might be an old sad song on the radio that takes you back into a feeling of lack or disappointment or something like that. It's a matter of deciding that you are here now and you can make the choices completely differently. You're going to be dealing with other people that are really coming at you from their old stuff too. Not everyone's going to be able to get with the program this weekend. And I think if you're really sort of starting to focus on spirit and you and rising your vibe and wanting to bring a little bit of heaven to earth, there's going to be a lot of things of this earth that's going to want to try and take you out of that. It is my birthright to express myself in ways that are fulfilling to me. I even had trouble saying that. What's fulfilling to each of us is very different. And what's fulfilling in this world is not necessarily ticking off the to-do list, but to actually sit with yourself for a little while and hear that intuition speak. Because the angels are trying to get our attention. And it's going to take a time of disconnecting from the matrix, from the computer devices, and actually going outside at some stage this weekend to do so. To have our feet on the ground and our head in the heavens. Time of meditation if possible, even for a short period of time. Yes, ideally outside, but it could just be in the shower or while you're cleaning your teeth or driving to that next destination. Positive mantras, positive thought processes, catching yourself when you're thinking negative things, running over the same story. It's going to make a massive difference. Less decompartmentalizing ourselves into these little boxes. Oh, I've got to run around after the car. I've got to run around after, fixing the house and working on all these things. I work all week and now I have to do all these things on the weekend. Oh my God, I'm so tired from it, all that sort of thing. It's very easy to come in. But it's a chance to say no to those thoughts and even some of the to-do list. The energy that just came up when I felt that was, well, my God, I got so much to do. How could I say no to these things? I need to be here, do that, show up. Well, no, you don't necessarily have to show up. The only one person you need to show up for is yourself this weekend. It's still rising things up in the energy, though, the collective energy. It's the weekend. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. All I can hear. But what do you love to do? Are you going to bring a little bit of love into the situation? And it's not until you spend some time by yourself in quiet reflection that you actually realize that most of the to-do list is keeping up with the Joneses. You know, I better mow my lawn because everybody else is doing it. I better, you know, take little Jimmy to soccer practice and then, you know, provide all the food and train the team and whatever it is. It's all in the service of others. And how can we serve ourselves as well in this process? It's not a what's the best way to say, a selfish thing to do sometimes, to pull our energy back into us, but to find this time in this busy world, it's getting harder and harder and harder. It's also a case of, if you can't find this beautiful spiritual time as it is in the backyard or out in the park or whatever, connecting with your spirit guides, angels, God, the universe, don't beat yourself up about it. It's okay. All right. You're going to be dealing with an individual here that's going to be looking at you a little bit sideways this weekend. They're not understanding where you're coming from as much as they used to. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. The goddess of devotion. So what are we devoted to? What's the devotion that you have? Is it a devotion to getting yourself exhausted and then just fall back into bed by the end of the day and then head to work on Monday or whatever is expected of you? What is the devotion here? Are you worshipping at the feet of expectations, others' expectations, societal expectations? Or are you connecting in with self-source spirit? In the not too distant past, we all would take Sunday as a time of spiritual connection. Doesn't happen so much anymore. Yes, there are still a lot of people that do go to church or other places of worship on Sundays. But how can you bring a little bit of that worship into this weekend? Because there's magic and beauty in that. Church, religion, all that have got some pretty, bad connotations of late. But there's a lot of wisdom in that. A lot of wisdom in taking the time out to sit in reflection. It doesn't have to be in a formal setting. But I think that your spirit team, your guides, God, the universe is asking you to actually devote once a week to it. Even for a short period of time. To sit and connect with God, universe, everything. Because that's where we get our insight from. That's where we get our wisdom. And it could be wisdom coming from things that have been perceived to be cut down and removed. Is it our connection to spirit source that has been cut down and removed? Worship at the feet of money and success and societal expectations instead of actually connecting with soul, spirit and wisdom? Fascinating. All right, let's see if there's any more advice, please. So yes, spiritual practice. Your guides are asking you to connect to this weekend and not see it as a dirty word. Dirty words, It's going to give you such huge inspiration. This time of connecting with spirit It's actually going to get you more inspired to get back to your daily grind and bring a lot of stability into your life. Also, it's going to bring a lot more balance. The masculine drive to do and achieve and be and show up and all the rest of it, it has its place, absolutely. We wouldn't get out there and do things that we need to do if we didn't have that drive. But there's been an imbalance in society, in the world at large, and in ourselves. It's now time to embrace a more feminine aspect, each of us, and sit and receive guidance, receive the intuition, care for our bodies, rest our adrenals, not so much fight or flight, but to rest knowing that guidance will come. Connect with the highest source you believe in and wait for I feel it's like a comforting, warm embrace from the heavens. Because the more we get into our head, the more exhausted we can get. Too many things to do. Way too many things to do. The list is endless. Your thoughts are up to you. So what are you going to choose this weekend? To be more receptive and sit in the knowing that whatever we're thinking, we're creating. What do you want to bring to this world? What do you want to create? Is it this feeling of feeling completely trapped? Or is it more just sitting back and waiting for things to come to you? Don't worry about the expectations of others. This is a great one. Learn to say no, but with respect, honour and gratitude, but learn to say no. All right. You could be terrified of this though. Absolutely terrified, but it's coming nonetheless. We can no longer strive, endlessly strive to get all those things done. There has to be a breaking point at some stage, unless we balance it out. Now this tower was built on rocky ground, and there's a picture here of the devil falling to the ground, and there's this beautiful angel or woman here rising up. So less thinking of being in the 3D world of striving and doing and materialism and keeping up with the Joneses, and more your intuitive side rising up to bring balance to the situation, because balance is desperately needed here. There's many cards of balance in this reading. I love this card of Judgment. Absolutely beautiful. And less getting stuck in our thoughts of, oh, if only I would have taken more time to be more, connected in with myself, or if only I had have got the to-do list done, or I don't even know which way to go, and spend the whole weekend sitting and not doing anything. That's okay too. Maybe less drinking or wiping yourself out. But it's the body, mind and spirit that brings balance. So what part of your energy are you not honouring? And bring more balance into that. Because you can't sit in a state of constant defense all the time and worrying about all the things that have happened in the past. Spirit is calling on each and every one of us this weekend to connect to our higher selves, to bring that calm energy, that healing energy into this weekend at each moment. Yeah, you could be dealing with a bit of heartache this weekend. You could be dealing with having to defend yourself this weekend. People, and the world does it. It's always a lot of things that come at us that try and bring us off our path. But it's how we relate to it. It's not what happens, but it's what we do about it. And my thoughts are up to me. I choose them wisely. Is it a case of going over the pain and the troubles of the past and being in a very defensive state because of it? Or is it time to drop all this and choose to be in a much more calm, nurturing, and less striving energy? The weekend was designed by our four forefathers, but forefathers, foremothers, for the people that came before us, as a time of rest and relaxation. In the modern world, you can hear that chainsaw. I don't know if you can hear the chainsaw. My neighbour's very busy with his to-do list today. But is it a case of, will he achieve what he needs to do? Because it's teeming raining where I am and he's out with a chainsaw. Or would he be better off be sitting inside and putting his feet up and relaxing with a cup of tea? Well, at the moment, just going on what's happening there, he believes that he needs to get the jobs done. But is it a dangerous scenario he's putting himself in, working with the chainsaw in the pouring rain and mud? Well, that's for him to figure out. But that's a great scenario to think about, you know. Does it really need to be done right now? Whatever the thing that needs to be done, is it really important that it gets done right now? Or is it just one of those things on the list? Advice. And surrounding him at the moment with beautiful healing light, making sure he doesn't harm himself. But if he does it, you know, it is, you know, not good, but it's a choice. So how can we make the world a little bit happier and sunnier? Our own world, our internal world. Should it be a time to ask for help? Should it be a time to sit back and realise that it doesn't matter what we do, we're still going to be getting ahead one step at a time? Because whatever we're thinking this weekend, we're manifesting. And we are so incredibly powerful. This collective is so incredibly powerful. So balance. Balance your thoughts, your emotions, your drive, and your to-do list. And realise that we can create anything on this beautiful world if we have everything in balance. So balance your masculine and feminine sides this weekend and take time to connect to spirit. Take time to rest and relax and nurture your adrenals. Take time for all things under the sun. I really hope that helped. I love you all, and bye for now.